Good morning to you. Welcome to Walking Slowly Downhill. Some more readings from the walk down the Murray from source to mouth that I undertook in 2015. Each day I would reflect or recount my thoughts, whatever had passed through my mind as I was walking. In themselves, these are fragments of not much consequence, probably of not much consequence even when collected together, but they construct a kind of narrative about an individual taking on a repetitious task every day, a task that allows for contemplation and reflection. A week before I began the walk, my mother passed away, and so inevitably the walk, the time I spent on my own during the walk, focused on whatever came up, which was, of course, very much about my family life. This is the 26th day, adfa to 3rd Street, Mobine. Walking again, firstly through suburban Mildura past substantial homes and then past small fibro cement shacks as red sand takes over front gardens and nature strips. It's late morning. Cars are still parked in their drives. Radio chatter and music drifts out of opened windows. I'm imagining the lives of the inhabitants, so I miss a turn in the road and get lost outside a caravan park. I decide to cross it in order to get to where I'm supposed to be. It's filled with what looks like weather-beaten, dishevelled vans, a caravan graveyard. Then I notice gurgling sprinklers, watering green patches of grass and shrubs, and I realise that what had seemed abandoned is actually home to many. Now I see open doors, letting in the morning sun. Music plays somewhere and cars are neatly parked in rows. There are makeshift pantries under cover and gas burners expertly wired to wooden trestles. Ordered, easy lives are being lived here among the caravans, though no one appears. I walk through this strange city in silence until I reach the road that follows the river. It's late morning and the flies have become relentless. I remember a particular section of a Curzio Malaparte book I read some 40 years ago, titled Kaput. It's set in an increasingly ruined Europe as German forces retreat, leaving behind utter destruction. Malaparte is a war correspondent assigned to advancing American forces, required to report on all he sees and hears. He and the Allies finally reach Naples. He enters a bar and asks for a drink. The city is in utter ruins, but Malaparte seems to notice only the flies. "Why do you have so many flies still in Naples?" he asks the barman. "In the north, there is not one fly left in the big cities. Milan, Turin, Genova, Bologna, even Trieste does not have a single fly. Why are there still so many damn flies in Naples?" "Ah, signore, we too fought the flies," the barman replies. "For years we fought the flies relentlessly. For 30 years we have had special programs for each part of the city. We even assigned specific corps to fight the flies exactly where they breed." Yes, but what happened?" asks an increasingly irritated Malaparte. "Why are they still all here?" The barman keeps polishing the few glasses that have remained intact. Without looking up, he murmurs in a small voice, "Well, signore, the flies won." The flies won. that way sometimes, isn't it? The 27th day, 3rd Street, Merbeen West to Renmark, Mail Road. Sunrise is pink and jade this morning. This augurs well, I conclude. I'm awake early and I listen to the sounds of the neighbourhood. Birds, new birds. Birds I've not heard before, not much else. No traffic, no people. Now pink and jade light comes in through the window. A door slams somewhere. A car drives slowly along a nearby street. I'm walking along the sealed road past vineyards west of Merbeen. It soon becomes a wide dirt track heading into the Murray Sunset National Park. I settle into a beat, a rhythm, and much time goes by, or at least I think it does. I have no idea, really. Unexpectedly, from nowhere comes a distinct, insistent shout into the sun-drenched morning. Mama! The male voice is yelling. Dove te son? The words are being yelled in my dialect, and at that point, I know it's me. It's my voice. Must be me. I'm calling for my mother. I'm asking her where she is. The tone in the voice, and it goes on because it's now yelling out for the father too, is insistent but not alarmed. The tone reveals surprise at how things have turned out in the world. Bewilderment perhaps, but not much else, like the voice of a child waking, wondering where everyone is, calling out for people to show themselves, knowing somehow they will. There's a moment of embarrassment as I realise I'm calling out for my mother. But then I know there's no one else for kilometres around me, so I'll let the voice inside me ring clear and strong in concentric waves, extending out from where I stand, deep in the heat-dazed scrub. I'm an ageing man, beating a rhythm deep into red earth, yelling out for my parents, wondering where my mother has gone, my father too. Asking if they might not tell me where they are, to let me know where they've gone, because I don't understand where they might be. I don't. I simply don't. I eventually stop calling out in my language because my throat begins to hurt. I keep walking in silence now, and when I come to a she-oak tree, I stop under its comforting, small shade. I listen to the wind moving in orphaned crescendos through her fronds. Instinctively, I close my eyes and stand very still for a long time. Endless, endless comfort. The endless comfort of silence, of letting go, or the endless comfort of accepting who one is to a small degree, and how the world is to a small degree, and perhaps finally accepting that no matter what effort one makes, the flies can win. There's comfort in that acceptance. Until tomorrow.